What are we going to do today, everybody?
I don't know if this is cool to you, but after the class, we like binged your TED Talks.
Ah, that's so embarrassing.
I love that. They binged your TED Talks.
Ugh. I cannot watch my own performances, to be honest with you.
It was good.
Thank you. Oh, thank you guys. I'm so shy about that. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. Marvelous. We have a new person here. I think actually more than one. Fatima, is this your first time being here? We have Fatima Khadija.
No.
It's not your first time?
It's not my first time.
You came a long time ago, like in the beginning of Ramadan, right?
Yeah, sorry. I just forget about it a lot.
That's okay. Well, we're glad you're here. And what about you, Khadija? Is this your first time or were you in the beginning as well? Khadija Akhtar. Akhtar like green. It's a really cool last name. Mine's Qasir, like short. And then we have Asya, whose audio is still connecting. So a couple of new regulars. Hi, Khadija. Awesome. Thanks for responding in the chat. I appreciate it. Awesome. We have a silent listener in the house. We are glad you are here, young man. Okay, so today what I was thinking is, since it came up yesterday, we're going to do just a little bit of writing today, if you don't mind. I am a writer after all, so I feel like that's the best way to get things done. But we had talked about briefly the emotion wheel. And I want to show you all. Oops. Sister Wina, I did not make you co-host. I made you co-host.
Okay.
Can you make me?
I do.
Awesome.
Okay, what should I do? Make host or make
co-host if it's possible?
Yeah, so it's saying I'm making you host.
Okay. I don't know if that'll affect your recording.
Oh, okay. No, it's still recording. Okay, cool.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So I will tell you the secret to writing, the secret to art, the secret to like all of those novels that you read that you really enjoy, and all of the poems and all of the songs, all the music out there, all the movies out there, pretty much what makes entertainment good is this, what you have in front of you, which are the emotions. There are 5 or 6 major emotions, but for the sake of this, we have 7. This bad is someone added it because, you know, sometimes you just feel bad. You don't exactly know what's going on. But there are, in general, 6 core emotions. You have surprise, you have happy, you have sad, disgusted, angry, and fearful. These are the 6 main emotions. And I don't know if you noticed, but the majority of them are negative emotions. And I think some of the significance of that is just like humans have a lot more abilities to interpret the bad things that are happening to them, but you can still be positive even though you have some of these negative emotions. And I think we live in a world sometimes where they're like, no, be positive, be positive, be positive. But it's like, you have to process your negative emotions. There is no positive without negative. You can't be optimistic unless you know what darkness looks like, right? There is no light without darkness. And if you look closely, so in the middle, you start with the main emotions. These are the emotions you learn when you're young. Like, you know, when you're a 5-year-old, you know if you're sad, you know if you're angry, you know if you're happy. And then when you're 10, you know if you're like, your emotions start to like expand a little bit. And it's almost like intellect, it's almost like knowledge, right? When you're a kid, you know your ABCs, you know all of the basic stuff. But then as you get older, you know how to like spell words now.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you can now make sentences. And then as you get older, you can write essays and paragraphs and dissertations and all of that. So these things really grow on each other. So what I would like you to do today, we are going to just take one word from each one of the triangles. And we are going to write about a moment in our lives where we experienced it. It doesn't have to be like a big super moment. It doesn't have to be anything like extra. It could just be, we talked about courage yesterday, you know, I had my story about the spider, you know, but I want you just to think, pick one of the words in each triangle and think about a time where you experienced it. Now, for example, we have Sama in the house. Sama, you're 7 years old. So maybe some of these outside words, maybe you don't actually understand all of them, you know, like maybe, and maybe you do, you know, but
I do understand betrayed. Like
that's deep.
you went to someone, then like it was all just like a whole, like you didn't even like mean to be with them.
Yeah, they betrayed. Good. So you can pick whichever level you want. You can either do like the inside one, the middle one, or the outside one, whatever makes sense to you. All right. But I want us to start off with fear, and we'll just take like, honestly, we'll take 3 minutes. I don't want you to overthink this. Just jot down some memories. And then we're just going to go through each slice of the pie. Okay.
Like
and what
which,
this, go ahead.
like which word, like which word that we felt when we faced fear. Okay.
So like if you look at fearful, when you are scared or anxious, insecure or weak, rejected or threatened, right? So I imagine that because if the different ages, hello little girl, I imagine with the different ages, some of our older girls are probably going to use the very outside one, you know, and so pick where you're most comfortable and don't worry about using the outside one. If you just want to talk about being angry, talk about being angry. But if you want to talk about being numb, talk about being numb. All right. All right. So step one, let us start with fear. Let us start with the triangle, the yellow triangle right here, fearful. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one of these words, one of these emotions, and then you're just going to write about it for 3 minutes. Okay. Quick and easy, and really pick a word that like speaks to you. Like some of these ones at the top, helpless, that's a difficult feeling. Inferior or inadequate, worthless, oof, those are heavy emotions, right? All right, is everybody ready? I want to see a thumbs up if you are ready.
Wait, so we choose an emotion, any emotion, and then we write about it?
So actually, we're going to go through each square. So right now, we're going to start with fear. Then we're going to go with anger, disgust, sadness, happiness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So every single box we have felt, unless you're, there are certain like psychological conditions that make it so you can't feel certain emotions. But I'm going to assume that everyone here. So give me a thumbs up if you feel me and you're ready to do this. Beautiful. All right. Let's start. And
I don't know how.
Oh, go ahead.
I said I don't know how.
You don't know? Okay. So basically, Ahmed, what you're going to do is you're just going to pick a word in this yellow triangle that says fearful. You're going to pick a word and you're going to write about an experience you had with that word. So have you ever been afraid? I want you to write about a time that you were afraid. Only pick one. Yeah. So pick one of the words inside of the triangle and then write about it. All right. So let's start. I'm actually going to do 2 minutes just so I don't keep you guys for too long. And you don't have to be too elaborate unless you want to later, but 2 minutes starting now.
Which triangle are we doing now?
Fearful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll write that in the chat actually. Thirty more seconds left. All right, next box is going to be angry. There are a lot more options in this one, and I think we've all felt anger. In fact, anger is the first emotion that a child will learn after happiness. Anger is the next one. So pick a word from the anger category, and this one I'll give us 3 minutes because there are many more options. And go ahead and write your memory.
How do you spell annoyed?
I'll put it in the chat. There you go.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Then
Beautiful. Then you can go ahead and move on to disgusted, okay?
I have a really quick question. Do the darker words or the highlights that are darker, are those like secondary, or we can pick any?
Yeah, you can pick any one of them. The outer ones are like the outer
More.
web of them.
Oh,
So
okay.
let down, there are two branches of it, betrayed or resentful,
Okay, I got it.
right?
Okay.
So they're all connected to the inner word. One more minute.
I'm done with disgusted
Just keep going around the circle, my dear.
until I reach bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Amanda, what does it mean by repelled in under disgusted?
What is it? Repelled?
Yes.
So when you wear mosquito spray, it's a mosquito repellent. So it means you here, let me look it up the word for you. Oh. To be disgusted by, to just be like grossed out by and wanted to like get away from.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's move to the next one. Sadness or disgusted. And then feel free to just keep bouncing through the circle.
How do I how do I use like bad in a sentence? Like I feel bad when someone stresses me out, like they tell me you have this to do, you have that to do, you have this to do.
I mean, yeah, think about it. Think about a time you felt bad. Maybe like, and think about maybe you like woke up and didn't have a good sleep, right? Or maybe you just, something was wrong and you just couldn't.
I felt bad for my mom when she had a sore back.
There you go. Were you stressed out for her? Maybe.
I'm not stressed out. When I said I felt bad, I meant like I care.
That's nice. Did you feel sad for her? All right, I'm out at sad now. I feel like that one's the one that most poets and writers write to.
I'm done with the whole circle.
Good job. If there are any other words, add to them. But if not, then just go ahead and wait for us.
I added 2 words.
Some of the words are repeats, like in the sad, fearful, angry, and disgusted section.
Which words?
I found inferior and
Yeah,
disappointed,
that's very
embarrassed.
So you can feel disappointment either from the point of anger or from the point of sadness. And maybe they're also mixed. Move to the next one. That's a very good observation. Yeah, so maybe there's angry, disappointed, like you're disappointed at your government for failing you. And then you're sad that your friends went the wrong path, right? You're not angry with your friend. You're going to be sad and disappointed, right? So there are some differences there. Oh, I didn't realize courageous is a happy feeling. That's fun. All right, and the last one is surprised. If you want to do bad, do bad. That one, they added it because they're just like, sometimes you just don't feel good. And they're all tired, stressed, busy, and bored. I feel like bad is for school. Our last 2 minutes. All right, and when you're all finished, just go ahead and put it in the chat that you're done.
I finished until surprise.
Beautiful. And if you want to just quickly do a bad, go for it. That's no problem. Beautiful. I don't know how you'd be using all those emojis.
Are we done?
I believe so. I'm finished. I think everyone should be finishing up here in just a second. I'm going to stop sharing. And I would like someone to share from each of one of the boxes. I want someone to share for fearful, one for angry, one for disgusted, sad, happy, surprised. All right, I'm going to stop sharing, everyone, all right?
I have.
All right. Come on, I will let you go last. All right?
Okay.
All right, very good. Okay. Shanzana, which of the emotions do you want to read? Maybe I should put the emotional back up, actually. Pick one of the emotions to read.
I'll do surprised.
All right, go ahead.
So the word I used was amazed, and a time that I felt amazed was when I went to Zony Park, and I saw all the rides, and I was so excited to get on most of them.
That's nice. Very good memory. So it was a positive surprise, not a negative surprise. That's good. Awesome. Thank you, Shinzana. Mayar, how about you pick one of the words and then go ahead and share with us.
Okay, so fearful, I picked anxious, like when I do something wrong and I know that it's wrong and then I do it, I feel like kind of like scared but guilty, like a mix of that, but more so anxious.
That's a good one. I hate anxiety. I would rather be depressed than anxious, to be quite honest with you. It is a painful feeling in my body. Beautiful. All right, thank you so much, Mayad. Up next, Fatima, since you said you were done, why don't you pick one of the triangles and share one of the stories you have?
For surprise, so one time I went to this like sports tryouts for my school, and I was like totally shocked when all the girls there were doing like so advanced stuff, and I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have come.
So was that a positive or a negative shock?
Negative, but it was kind of positive because after that I was like eager to learn all those new skills.
So it was a little intimidating at first. Yeah. Great story, great example. Thank you. Mariam, your turn.
Me, Mariam?
You, Mariam, yes.
Okay. I picked anxious. Actually, no. I picked, like, I wrote like two different things. So I'm gonna do scared. I felt scared one time, and like I used the word helpless because one time I got lost in the store without my mom. So I still don't have a phone or anything. So I felt very helpless and scared because I couldn't do anything, and I had to go up to somebody and ask them if I could like call my mom.
Wow.
And then there's this other time where I also felt frightened because it was my first day in junior high, and it was a new school too. And the counselor told me to go to her office first period, but and she told me like the door, her office was right there, but I went from a different entrance. So I didn't know where her office was, so I had to go up to a police officer and ask him where her office was.
That's so stressful. Oh my goodness. That's great examples. Thank you so much, Mariam. Let's have, let me see everyone's name here. Sarah, can you go next?
Okay, so I chose fearful, and I felt excluded when my friends went off and chose like another girl that was even younger than a group and like told her everything about us. And I was scared that they would tell her something that was about me or private to me that I've told them. And I also felt frustrated when I had like a bunch of assignments to get done.
Yeah, very good example of feeling excluded and scared and rooting it back to fear. That's really good. Arisa, is that how I say your name?
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, welcome. Go ahead and pick one of the triangles and tell us your story.
I'm gonna pick angry, and I chose the word frustrated. I was frustrated when I sometimes I really love math, and sometimes I don't like do or get the problems like right away, so I get really frustrated and I start to give up.
Would you say when you get frustrated, do you get more infuriated or do you get more annoyed?
More annoyed that I can't solve it.
Yeah. Oh, you're a puzzler who doesn't like to not figure out the puzzles. I feel that. Awesome. My dear Sama, you have been trying to go this whole time. Go ahead.
Okay. So the first sentence is annoys me. Where's my first sentence? Yes. I feel fear when someone attacks me because once this dog was like looking at me, and then he just started chasing me. And then I was like so scared for my life because like I'm only 7. I don't want to die now.
Which word did you pick?
Like I'm only 7 and it was like a huge black dog. I don't want to die now.
That's really scary. Which word did you pick? Did you pick scared?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an understandable emotion. Thank you for sharing that. That's a great. Sister Muna, did you have one?
Yeah, so I will share my happy one. So happy would be, I picked optimistic, which I also picked inspired to go with that. So I love meeting inspirational people because I think that helps add meaning to life. And so, of course, one example is you, among others.
Wow.
So yeah.
I love that. And you're the first one to pick happy. Our negative emotions, the brain is more susceptible to negativity than positivity.
And if I may add, it's not always limited to Muslims. There was a couple of days ago, I was interviewed. I know we're running out of time. I was interviewed by a wonderful man from character.org. And he's actually Jewish, Dr. Arthur Schwartz. And he interviewed me for the newsletter, for their national newsletter. And he is just as interested in seeing young people have really good character and have good lives. I would say maybe more so than many Muslims. And meeting him, for example, was very inspirational because he's so committed to doing something like this. So yeah, so that was my favorite emotion among all of them. The happy, going with optimistic, going with inspired.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
And thank you for this activity. This is so amazing.
Yeah, this is very, very helpful no matter what age you are. And being able to remember an emotion and the memory tied to it will help you understand where those things come from. So you know how sometimes people have trauma from war? They just know fear and they feel it in their body and they don't know why. It's probably because they felt one of these things or a combination of them. So it's very important to know this.
That's very true.
Definitely.
Like if war is against another, like a team against another team, they feel like, I don't know how to say the word, they feel kind of angry, but ready to do it. Like they want to beat the other team so bad.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds like determination to me. Beautiful. Ahmed, I know you said you wanted to be quiet. Did you by chance want to share one of your emotions or no? You can just put it in the chat box if not. Oh, all right, that's okay. I hope one day you will share with us because we would love a little male insight in the house. So, but other than that, did anybody like this activity? Did anyone benefit from it?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sama. We all know Sama's on board. What about you, ladies? Could you see the value in it? Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I recommend it. There's a lot of.
I'm gonna send you so much hearts to know how much I love this activity.
I love some hearts. It's like thumbs up in my brain. Yeah. So I think as life goes on and things get more complicated and you ever feel like you just don't know what you're feeling, especially during hormone week, might I add, it is a helpful tool to just go to the wheel of emotions. I have it right behind me actually. And there are times when maybe I'll get frustrated with my husband, but I won't exactly know why, right? I won't exactly understand it completely. And so I'll have to go and actually review this to figure out where I'm at emotionally and process it. So awesome. All right, my dears, it is 11:45. I actually have another meeting I have to hop to, Shazana, but inshallah tomorrow I'll make some time at the very end, okay? May Allah bless you all. Ramadan Kareem. We're on what, day 12 today? I think.
No, I think 11.
Are we 11th? We're fasting the day
Yeah,
of the
11th.
11th day, but we're
Yeah,
on
11.
night. Wow. Okay. Wow. How wild is that? How fast time is going. No, I think we're on the 12th or 13th day, my dear.
No, because
We're on-
I also have a Ramadan, like it
We're
tells
on
me
12.
the Ramadan, but like I think it just comes up that when like it is one day ahead.
Yeah, I think because the Ramadan starts at night, it doesn't start at the daytime. So we are on the 12th night of Ramadan and the 11th day of fasting for Ramadan. Awesome. All right, keep going with your goals. Review your goals if you haven't already. I will see you all tomorrow, inshallah. And may Allah bless you guys. And so nice.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I did not know that you were famous and you had a Wikipedia page.
I did not know I had a Wikipedia page either. Well,
I read.
I wouldn't use the word famous. That's a big word, but we all just got to do what we're best at, and inshallah, give it to
I
the world.
looked on your Instagram, like you have like 15.4K followers and like 1,960 following. 219 posts. I know exactly the number.
Sorry, you have some people stalking you.
What was that?
Sorry, you have some people stalking you.
Yeah, no kidding. You guys should come to my Instagram events. I love Instagram. That's where I have my biggest community. So if you're there, follow me, send me a message, and I'll follow
I'm
you.
on
back.
your page. You have 15.4K followers and you're following 1,959.
Weird. I'm out. Meeting is ended. Assalamu alaikum, cuties.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu
Wa
alaikum.
alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. See you tomorrow.